Four keys for mastering your life. Hi, Philip Montrose here. My wife Jane and I, we help people to step up and tap into the heart of success with holistic coaching and healing. And in today's short video, I want to explain some keys of mastering skills, and really by extension, mastering your life. Hey, you've got one life. Might as well make it as the most. Maybe make it into a masterpiece. More on that in a moment. So when you think about mastery, that's called the comprehensive knowledge or skill in a subject or accomplishment, according to the dictionary, but we're going to extend it into your whole life. And when you think of people mastering skills, there's the young magician who won America's Got Talent, Shim Lim. There's great tennis players, Roger Federer, Serena Williams, great violinist, Isaac Perlman, and the list goes on. People have mastered something, risen to a very high level. And when you hear that, you might be thinking, well, gee whiz, how do I do that, Philip? And we want to set that aside for a moment because we're not talking about an exclusive club, a superhuman groups of performers, athletes, saints, whatever. So you are unique. You have your own abilities. You're going to shine in the way that's right for you. You're going to surpass yourself and others in the way that's going to give your individual contribution, your sense of mastery. And yes, sometimes it's measurable in wins or numbers, and sometimes it's not. But let's look at a big picture here of the skills, the components, the four of them for gaining mastery. Number one, pursue your interests. This is actually a pretty easy one. This is a pretty low bar. Hey, I'm interested in it. I have interests, I have skills, I have talents. We do coaching and healing. You may want to help others. So we help a lot of people in that realm in our trainings. It may be an artist, a performer. It may be another creative activity. It may be helping the environment or helping people in some way, or health. Whatever your passion is, it's something you're passionate. It ignites, it sparks something deep from within, from your soul, actually, and your spirit. It's something alights there. And that really is rather natural. So that might be pretty easy to figure out and go with. Hey, I like this. So you can really start to not just make a living, but live your life, whether it be a profession or a vocation. It's a calling, a natural space, as that term means, something you're being called to. But it starts off rather simple, whatever your age, whatever your time and place is. And that's number two, key number two to mastery. Allow time and space. Hey, you're going to have to kind of carve out time in your busy schedule, and many people are very busy, of course, and there's a certain amount of duties and obligations you need to fulfill. But if you just end up living by duty and obligation, it's going to be very limiting and unfulfilling, and you really won't blossom into the person you can be, your second adulthood, as it's sometimes called, somewhere, whether you're 30 or 60, when you really come into your own. But you need to create that time and space, whether it's going to the gym or studying at home or doing things online and interacting, whatever it is, your area of interest in pursuing that. So you allow time and space to pursue your interests. Now you're going to need to focus and overcome. The third one, focus and overcome. What does that mean? Well, you're probably going to have a lot of natural focusing and interest in this area, and that's going to help you sustain your interests and keep on track. However, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be money challenges. There's going to be time challenges. There's going to be questions. You're going to maybe have to have some doubts and figure out what to do with that. We do the EFT tapping, holistic EFT, which we teach when you come up with your doubts and fears and worries about criticism and rejection and whether you can do it, and if it's just not worth it. So you do have to focus and overcome to gain mastery. And that takes us to the fourth, final component we'll say here is the long term of it. Stay in it for the long term. Persist. One time we were talking with a holistic practitioner, and she said she tried that for a few months. She was a holistic practitioner at that point. Something that, quote, didn't work out for her. Now, if it's something you're really interested, if you're really interested in holistic coaching and healing, if you're really interested in your artwork, in helping others or the environment, whatever it is for you, then stay with it. Most people quit way too early. They give up too soon. As Tony Robbins said, you'll probably be disappointed. You'll underestimate what you can achieve in a year, but in a decade or two, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve and what you can accomplish. So stay with it. Keep with the big picture. See where you're going. Put it in context to that life, that masterpiece you're creating. Hey, you got one life. Why not make it into a masterpiece, or get as close as you can to it, at least, by these four components? Keep pursuing your interests, allowing the time and space for it, focusing and overcoming challenges, and staying in it for the long term. And here's a couple questions you can ask to help you create this masterful life that you're living or can live. How much do you keep learning in areas of your interest? In other words, are you an avid lifelong learner? Do you create time and space to do fulfilling activities on a daily, weekly basis? Do you follow through and stay resilient when facing difficulties? So these are important questions to consider, contemplate, write down, answer them. So the idea is to create that masterpiece of your life. How will you know? Well, I guess it probably will come at the end when you can have your final evaluation. How did you do? Did you pursue your interest? Did you create the time and space for it? Did you stay with it? Did you overcome things? And you can see how your life was at the end. Hey, did I give my best? Did I do the best I could with what I had? Did I make my life more than just making a living, but making a life and helping myself and others as much as I could? And did I follow my dream? Did I live my dream, which is an outgrowth of that, of everything we've talked about? And if you do, who knows? Who knows what you can create? Who knows what will happen going forward? So good luck creating your life into a masterpiece.